This dude was one of the ones responsible. He had a magazine financed by Warner Brothers and arrested him. He set up rings in Hollywood.
Know who you are, because a lot of people don't know who they are. And that's very difficult, but that's the first challenge, I think.
You won't believe what Quincy Jones just revealed about Diddy. Word on the street is that Quincy dropped some major bombshells, calling out some serious issues happening behind the scenes in the music industry, and it's not pretty. Remember when Quincy talked about sacrifices in the business? Well, it's starting to make sense now. We're about to break down why Quincy might have been onto something big and why Diddy's name keeps showing up in all the wrong conversations.
First and foremost, I just want to say, I know a lot of people want to hear these stories and everything like that, because this is stuff that happened back in the day. And then maybe that if they knew there was going to ever be a YouTube, or they knew there was going to ever be social media, a lot of the stuff probably wouldn't have got played out like it did. But things happen, and these are just stories from the past. I would like to use that as, what you call that, just to clear the facts up what's going on. But it all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff, and he's in exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that, because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he's going, I'm just looking at the places where he's picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said butt plugs. And I was like, hey, yo. I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs, and he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like, he gave the guy a stack, something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina.
Remember when Quincy Jones spilled all that tea about the music industry? Well, it turns out he wasn't just talking for the sake of drama. He was dropping some serious hints, and we all missed them. Quincy has been in the game for decades and has seen it all. But when he started talking about Diddy, it took things to a whole new level. At first, people thought Quincy was just being messy, stirring up trouble. But what if he was actually trying to warn us about something much darker? Let's break it down. Quincy wasn't just rambling. He was speaking in code, trying to tell us something without getting himself into hot water. So, what exactly did he say? Quincy talked about sacrifices in the industry, how some people are willing to do anything to climb to the top. And when Diddy's name came up, Quincy got unusually quiet, like he wanted to say more but knew he couldn't. That's when you know something serious is going on.
Later on I think that afternoon, same day, this rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper. So I'm hearing at the door and stuff like that, like, yeah, so then Next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door, and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bruh, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering them. And he was like, yo, I don't care, man, I'm going in there. That bull like that. I said, yo, bruh, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed it and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, G, that's my cousin. He know me well, and Puff was like, yo, G, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room because there's a lot of freaking going on. So I was like, oh, he said there was a lot of freaking going on. So that was basically that story, man. You know what I'm saying? They went back in the room, dude felt a certain kind of way, and he left out. So I seen them at the concert the next day, and they tried to, form up against me. But my man Frank was like, I told my man Frank, I was like, yo, Frank, put yourself in that position. Somebody trying to get in the room, and Ja told you don't let nobody get in the room. What would you do? Now, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, man, but I ain't taking no losses. He said, yo, you good, and that was it. Bruh, when Ja said, you don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. You got to use your mind. What they was doing with those butt plugs.
Right. Yeah,
that was crazy. Yeah, it was real.
Let's talk about Quincy Jones' history in the music industry. This guy's got receipts for days. He's worked with legends like Michael Jackson and Frank Sinatra, and he's seen every side of the business, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. So when Quincy starts hinting at shady dealings, you better believe he knows what he's talking about. The streets are buzzing that Quincy's comments weren't just general gossip about the industry. They were aimed at specific people and events. And when you start connecting the dots between what Quincy said and some of the strange things that have happened in Diddy's circle, it's enough to make your head spin. Think about it. Every time Diddy makes a big move in his career, there's been some weird coincidences. People disappearing, mysterious accidents, careers suddenly crashing. Quincy's been watching it all unfold, knowing he can't say too much without putting himself in danger. So, what's the real story? It looks like Quincy might have been trying to warn us about something huge, but without getting himself into trouble. He knows how the game works and what happens to those who talk too much. But he couldn't stay silent. He had to drop a warning, even if it was in code. And here's the crazy part. This is just the beginning. Wait until you hear what else we've uncovered. This rabbit hole goes deep, and the further we dig, the crazier it gets. Quincy's warning was only the tip of the iceberg, and what's lurking underneath might make you question everything you thought you knew about the music industry.
Listening to Gene Deal, his bodyguard.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he had a really astonishing quote.
You should hear the one he's not saying. It's even crazier.
Right.
What?
So he's got stuff.
Yeah, bro, Gene Deal? He has a lot to say, right? We saw a video yesterday with him talking, bro. Again, he has a lot to say. Maybe, just maybe, he should stop talking, right? And start talking to the right people. Let's say. I mean, I get it. You're telling the world all these things, court of public opinion, basically, right? But maybe you should start talking to the correct people, because you seem to know a lot.
In the tuck that he hasn't put out there?
Everybody does.
Wendy Williams.
I have broken up with somebody.
Who?
Did he?
I don't want to
Do we know the person?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
After being fired from Hot 97 in 1998, Wendy Williams accused Combs of playing a role. In 2004, Williams wrote that she would, quote, never forget the hell Combs put her through. Even so, Williams said that she didn't hate Combs. On a 2015 episode of her show, Williams commented on the allegations that Casey Ventura was hiding from Combs.
This is a beautiful dress, by the way, that she has on. And Puffy, you look great for all the hard partying.
Williams painted Combs as a, quote, mogul you can't escape. The same year, Williams asked Jennifer Lopez if she would ever get back together with Combs. Lopez's mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, basically answered for her daughter with a look that said everything. Although they reconciled in 2017, viewers have been waiting on pins and needles to hear Williams' thoughts about Combs in the wake of his arrest.
You are exhausting me. Let me tell you something. This week has been hella...
You've heard the saying, heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? Well, in Diddy's case, that crown might be weighed down with something darker than diamonds. We're talking about an empire built on broken dreams, and maybe something even worse. How many unfortunate accidents does it take before you start wondering if it's more than just coincidence? Let's break it down. Diddy's story is straight out of a movie. He came from the streets of Harlem and built himself an empire. Bad Boy Records, Sean John, Ciroc Vodka. The man's got his hands in almost every business. On paper, it's impressive. But the streets are talking, and what they're saying isn't pretty. Here's the thing, some of the people who were with Diddy at the beginning helping him rise to the top, they're not around anymore. And I'm not just talking about falling outs or people moving on. I'm talking about people literally vanishing. Where did they go? Let's look at some of those who helped Diddy climb that ladder to success. Take Craig Mack, one of Bad Boy's first stars. He had that hit Flavor in Your Ear, and then poof, disappeared from the scene. He passed away young, too. Then there's the notorious B.I.G., Diddy's golden goose. We all know how that story ended, tragically. But it's not just the big names. What about the producers, the songwriters, the behind-the-scenes people who helped make Bad Boy what it was? The list of accidents and coincidences surrounding Diddy's associates is longer than a CVS receipt. Things don't always add up, and when you start connecting the dots, it paints a much darker picture.
Oh! I guess this means I won't be invited to the white parties in the Hamptons.
Tupac Shakur. Speaking of conspiracies, 50 Cent has also claimed that Combs got Tupac killed.
I mean, a lot of people say that's the one right there, right? I mean, if anything, I think Eminem even pointed this out, right? And Biggie. Right? That's just a thing that's kind of like floating around the hip-hop industry. Keefy D, bro.
Again, there isn't much backing this up, although Tupac was also skeptical of Combs.
If these rumors or allegations are true, it would make sense he would be able to get away from it, or get away with it for so long because people would be afraid.
Speaking with Vibe magazine in 1995, Shakur was asked if he thought Combs was connected to his shooting the previous year. Shakur did not hold back, saying, quote, I believe so, adding that, quote, it's between me and him, and only he knows.
I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about.
That was a bad move, dude, you know what I'm saying? To me. Yeah, but show some love, brother, love.
And I think this is the main one.
Combs has faced numerous accusations
Lil
throughout
Rod.
the years. Rodney Lil Rod Jones was among the first to take serious legal action. Contributing to the mogul's current circumstances, Jones was a producer on Combs's The Love album, Off the Grid. According to Jones, though, he, quote, endured many things that went far beyond his role as a producer.
Claims made by Jones include hidden cameras in the rap mogul's home, saying, quote, Mr. Combs allegedly threatened to eat Mr. Jones's face in order to get what he wants.
Eat
Jones
the face.
alleged that
Okay, now did he mean that?
Here's where it gets even more interesting. Every time something bad happens to someone in Diddy's circle, it seems like his career takes another leap forward. Biggie dies, and suddenly Diddy's solo career skyrockets. Other artists disappear, and Diddy's empire grows. The timing? Let's just say it's making a lot of people raise their eyebrows. It's almost as if success in Diddy's world comes with a hidden price, and that price might be higher than anyone is willing to admit. We're not just talking about the usual hard work and sleepless nights. We're talking about people's lives, careers, and reputations being shattered along the way. But hold up, we're just scratching the surface. This rabbit hole goes deep, and you won't believe who else is connected. The web of connections, the rumors whispered in the shadows, the the strange coincidences. It's all starting to form a picture. And that picture? It's darker than we ever imagined. So, next time you see Diddy flashing that $1 million smile on TV, talking about his latest business venture, just remember, behind every success story, there's a whole lot of untold stories. And in Diddy's case, those untold stories might just be the key to unraveling this whole mystery.
Number 4 from Mecca. My man, what's his name? Oh my God. Oh my God. My man, Grip, it's not Grip, not Big Money Grip. That's Big Money Grip was a youngster back then. But my man, hold up. Yo, Griff. Yeah, Griff. Griff used to run Mecca clothing line. And Puff used to want us to wear the bad boy shirts and stuff like that when we did security. But I ain't no billboard. So Griff used to give me all kind of clothes and shit like that. And I used to wear the Mecca stuff for him. So that was a black jersey with the Mecca. I still got that same jersey.
You know how the music industry loves to talk, right? But when it comes to Diddy, it's like someone hit the mute button on half of Hollywood. What's up with all the suspicious silence? It's not like these people don't have stories to tell. We're talking about artists who spent years at Bad Boy Records, living the high life, seeing everything that went down behind closed doors. But when you ask them about their time with Diddy, crickets. Take Maze, for example. He was Diddy's golden boy back in the day, topping the charts, making hits left and right. But now? He barely mentions Bad Boy, and when he does, it's like he's walking on eggshells. And he's not the only one. The Lox, 112, even Faith Evans, all of them have history with Diddy, but they keep their lips sealed tighter than a designer purse. And don't even get me started on the social media games. 1 minute, someone's posting about their time at Bad Boy, spilling a little tea. The next minute, that post is gone faster than you can say delete. It's like they got a call telling them to shut it down. Something's definitely off, and the silence is louder than anything they could say.
So much. It was loud, brother, the music and everything. I don't know what she was saying. You understand? I didn't even know that we were going to a party that she was giving. She did that whole thing for the vibe. I come to find out that years later, her and Chris Lattimore from In the Streets, they did that. You understand what I'm saying? That's Tupac's fiance. And if I would have had that information right there, that would have helped me keep Big from going to that motherfucker. I was trying to keep Big from going there.
Yeah, that's weird, man. You don't find that weird, yo, that Tupac's fiance was there, like her knowing how Tupac felt about Puffy and Biggie, and she was at that vibe party, man?
She invited them, bruh.
Whoa, I ain't know that. That's news to me.
First of all, they all those stars, they had to invite those stars there. They knew about it. Like, when I was in a limousine with Puff, every day we was out there in California, he was throwing this vibe party up to Big's face when Big was supposed to be in London. You understand? Big was supposed to go to London, but he was like, yo, he cussed the president of Bad Boy out, which was Kirk Burroughs at the time. He cussed him out saying, yo, I don't care what you have to do. And this is Arista setting that up for Big to go to London. So he cussed Kirk Burroughs out and said, Big ain't going nowhere. So for him to go to a party that Tupac fiance, when it was still in the air that quote unquote Bad Boy had something to do with killing Tupac, because back then that's what people thought. So then, because we was running with the same people that they had to allegedly had that beef with that night that Pac died, we was running with them.
Yeah, that's news to me, man, because I knew she was at the party, and I always just assumed that she was just at the party because, you know, Quincy Jones, he owned Vibe magazine, so I thought she was just there just to monitor the party. But you saying that she actually invited Biggie and them to the party?
Well,
that's wild.
She didn't invite Big. She invited Diddy, and Diddy, for some reason, had to get Big to the party because he was pressing him full court.
And you didn't want Biggie to go. You was telling Biggie, don't go to that vibe party.
First, I told Big Man, D-Rock. I told D-Rock, me and D-Rock had a conversation about that 2 days before it even happened. We had a deep conversation, you know, and I'm telling him, and Rock like, yo, man, we ain't fucking with none of that. We ain't fucking with none of that. It's different when you, it's different when your man, and I want to be as clear as possible. After he went with the day me and Big was in the Winnebago, after D-Rock went with Puff, wherever they went, he had a different disposition about going to anywhere. So they showed up at that house ready to go to that vibe party. At first they wasn't going nowhere. Yo, bruh, me and Puff went to like 2 or 3 parties, movies. He was going out to eat and all that shit like that. Big them never showed up nowhere. They never showed up nowhere, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I mean Puff on the phone calling them like, yo, y'all coming here, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. They never showed up nowhere, bro. Puff left me with Big that day, and we was gone. We was in Winnebago all day. You understand? We was there all day until they got ready to shoot. Is it Hypnotized? Because I want to get that right. Hypnotized, because these suckers out here, because I said Notorious, and they want to say, well, he didn't know between Hypnotized or Notorious and stuff like that. Nigga, this is not Name That Tune. This is not Name That Tune. You
right,
understand?
it's like over 20 years ago.
Yeah,
so come on.
It was Hypnotized. We was shooting that video out of California that they put in the Florida Keys. No, that was in California. We shot that video at. And D-Rock all that day was gone. He was gone with Puff. That's when Big told his whole life story, all the stuff he told, and I repeated everything to his mother, what he told me. And the stuff that I know, if he didn't tell me, how do I know? How do I know? How do I know that Big was upset at Junior Mafia? He was talking about getting rid of the whole team, everybody but Little C's. How'd I know that Big said, Money L, don't think I know he's sexing Lil' Kim. I'm getting rid of the whole Junior Mafia. Except Little Kim and Little C's. And if they want to be a part of it, they're gonna have to show me, because they're gonna have to work for it.
But it gets even weirder. Sometimes, out of nowhere, people who had major beef with Diddy start singing his praises like nothing ever happened. Wait a minute, weren't you just talking smack about him last week? What changed? It's giving very much blink twice if you need help. Remember what Quincy Jones hinted at when he talked about sacrifices in the industry? Well, all this silence is starting to make those warnings look a lot more serious. It's like one big, messy puzzle, and every person staying quiet is another piece falling into place. The streets are saying there's a real culture of fear when it comes to speaking out against Diddy. But why? What's making all these successful, grown people act like they're afraid of their own shadow? It's not like they're still cashing checks from Bad Boy. Something else is keeping them silent, and it's not a good look. And if you think this silence is strange, just wait. We're about to dive into what happens when staying quiet isn't enough. Some folks have learned the hard way that in Diddy's world, even silence can be dangerous. The accidents we're about to discuss? They'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about the music industry.
Grooming.
Basically calls her the Ghislaine Maxwell to Sean Combs' Jeffrey Epstein.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Oh my God.
You have the option to be notified for occasional
You want
videos or all of them. If you're on your... was in a relationship with Combs from 2007 to 2018. There had been signs of trouble in paradise.
their relationship was
troubling,
volatile for sure.
And we saw that video.
And he, like, you could tell that she was afraid of him.
In 2015, Ventura shared an image of a sleeping baby, posting, quote, "How I sleep, knowing that I'm single and nobody cheating on me." The next year, it was reported that the two were seen arguing in Beverly Hills.
They went into the bedroom and shut the door, and all I could hear is screaming and yelling, and whatever was going on in there, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we saw the video. We can only imagine.
5 years after their final breakup, Ventura filed a lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of domestic violence, sexual abuse, and sex trafficking. Although Combs denied these claims, the lawsuit would be settled out of court. This wasn't the end, as footage from 2016 surfaced.
It appears to corroborate Cassie's claims identically. Really, Jake, the lawsuit lines up with exactly what we are seeing.
Combs issued an apology, while many have supported Ventura for marking the beginning of his downfall. What other celebrity accounts have you looking at Diddy differently? Let us know in the comments.
I mean, listen, that's basically all we need to know. I mean, like, every single day we're getting like more information on what has been going on, and the fact that all these celebrities, specifically people that were at one time close with him, are now coming out and speaking, or they spoke about things many, many years ago. Listen, I believe nearly all of it. Okay, nearly all of it. Now, don't get me wrong, there could be some clout chasers out there like making things up, but for the majority of the people who were just here, nah, bro. No, I don't think they're lying. I think they're just telling the truth for the first time, bro. They're being honest with the world. They're telling us, like, look, things get crazy.